UI Explorer is an advanced tool that enables the user to create a custom selector for a specific UI element. It can be accessed from the Designer tab. It is available only if the UI Automation Activities package is installed as a dependency to the project. The interface of UI Explorer consists of 4 panels and several fields. The 4 panels are Visual Tree Panel, Selector Editor Panel, Selector Attribute Panel, and Property Explorer Panel. The Visual Tree panel displays the tree of the user interface hierarchy and enables the user to navigate through it by clicking the arrows in front of each node. By default, the first time UI Explorer is opened, this panel displays all opened applications in alphabetical order. Selector Editor panel displays the selector for the specified UI object and enables the user to customize it. Selector Attribute panel displays all the available attributes of a selected node. And the Property Explorer panel displays all the attributes that a specified UI object can have. The fields in UI Explorer are Validate, Indicate Element, Indicate Anchor, Repair, Highlight, and UI Frameworks. Validate button shows the status of the selector by checking the validity of the selector definition and the visibility of the target element on the screen. Indicate Element indicates a new UI element to replace the previous one. Indicate Anchor enables the user to choose an anchor relative to the target UI element. Repair enables the user to re-indicate the same target UI element and repair the selector. This button is available only when the selector is invalid. Highlight brings the target element in the foreground. The highlight stays on until it's switched off. This button is enabled only if the selector is valid. UI frameworks change the technology used to determine UI elements and their selectors. The user can switch between 3 UI frameworks from the UI Explorer designated button. The default framework is the proprietary method, which usually works correctly with all types of user interfaces. Active Accessibility represents an earlier solution from Microsoft that makes apps accessible. It is recommended when using legacy software if the default framework does not work as expected. UI Automation is the improved accessibility model from Microsoft, which is recommended when using newer applications in case the default framework does not work as expected. The selectors generated may be very different from one framework to another.